Now, how do your I guess the secretome products compare to something like PRP, for example, for hair or for skin?
Yeah. So I would say two things. PRP essentially is a generalist, right? So PRP is, for those who don't know, it's taking a blood draw, spinning that in a centrifuge to separate out your red blood cells, and those get thrown away. And the plasma that is rich in concentration and growth factors is saved, and that gets applied back to the patient. And essentially, those growth factors can stimulate other cells. So in this case, they stimulated your dermal papilla cells in your hair follicles, at the base of your hair follicles, to produce keratin, and you ended up getting more growth in your hair, right? So that was the effect. Now, with PRP, there's a couple of things that are that we know based on it being in market for a while. It is autologous, which is great, and it's from you, so you're going to accept it. Unfortunately, though, it is a snapshot of your health. And so essentially it's a photograph of your blood. However much growth factor was present in that blood draw, depending on how much you drew, right? Whether that was 5, 10, 15, 30 cc's, whatever, that is how much growth factor you're going to have. It doesn't make more, right? There's no way to manufacture more, any way to process it. Platelets do not have the ability to produce more of these things. They come preloaded, right? So that is a finite amount that's in that draw. Doesn't change. On the other hand, when you think of PRP, it also changes with age. As you get older, you're going to produce less of these factors. That's going to be reflected in your blood. And so you'll often see people respond to PRP better the younger they are or the more healthy they are. And then, so for us, what we've tried to do is create a system that is a little bit more predictable without those fluctuations, and actually delivers benefit more consistently regardless of the age of the patient that it's being taken from. And so what we've created is actually a dynamic system. Instead of a photograph of your blood, we're essentially taking video of your stem cells. Your cells are in a closed system where essentially they are releasing all of these factors into the media, just like cells in your bloodstream are releasing these things in your blood. We actually harvest that many times throughout that growth cycle, so that essentially we're amassing higher volumes of these things. And so it's the difference between basically a picture and video. So once we have those high volumes, that can be actually then bottled and delivered back to the physician to deliver to you. And, we've done external studies where we've sent out a patient's PRP as well as their secretome that we've created for them to third parties to say, hey, can you analyze the difference and do a comparative analysis between the PRP from the same patient group and their secretome? And we had up to 34 times higher levels of the growth factors of interest. So it is definitely a next generation regenerative medicine in the same vein of an autologous product like PRP, but I think a stepwise increment more powerful for patients.